So, good evening, everyone, and a happy new year. I say to all my lovely, lovely audience, a todos, everyone out there. And yeah, man, what a great way to end 2025 and begin 2026, I should say, with the podcast, my favorite show, every single week with one of my best Madridista amigos and one of my best pals, even in my life as well. Savii, what was saying, G?
Sam, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all. Happy
Happy New
New Year
Year, my
to our
brother.
guests,
Come on.
those tuning in. Um, what a year it's been. 2025 was, oh man, a year to
Yeah,
forget
man.
as Madridistas. So, yeah, I mean, happy that the calendars turned 2026. I don't
Mm.
think it can get any worse than what it's been. And hopefully, new year, new energy. Hopefully, things turn around and we're able to compete for some titles, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna we're gonna find out now because some interesting news came out. I mean, apart from this stuff that we already knew and what we're gonna talk about. Obviously, bet is coming up. Atleti in the cup, possibly Barca in a final. It's definitely gonna be them. I can't see Osasuna doing anything about it. Um, I'm asking now. Actually, Osasuna. I think it's Bilbao in other way.
Yeah,
That I got
it
mixed
is.
around. And bro, breaking news a couple of hours ago: Kylian Mbappé out injured. Now I will say this: he was overplayed. That's why he got injured. Let's just be real. My man was overplayed with what we did.
Okay, whose
Um,
fault? Whose fault is it for
oh,
Mbappe
oh,
being
that's the
overplayed?
manager. That's the manager. So he has to take blame for that. But bro, uh, obviously there are some people that are angry because they're like, all right, well now we're completely screwed. He's our main goal scorer. Some people, someone like, and I'll include that, and I'll include you in it because you were one of them that said, yeah, um, we're gonna see a proper team now play together, and all that. Now you're saying this is Vinny's time now to prove that he deserves this new deal or not. Um, so, bro, let's just start with this one. Mbappe out injured. Your thoughts on this?
I mean, my first question about the Mbappe injury is why did he play for the last month if he's been injured for a month?
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Well, can we address that?
Oh,
Because, because
because
I mean, Sam, right? It's easy to say, well, the coach just kept playing him. I agree with that statement. But I also think there's culpability on Mbappe chasing a personal record to tie Cristiano Ronaldo
yeah,
if you're injured. And now that the calendar turned 2026, he went down in training. He
yeah,
did the whole nine. Now he can't play for a month, maybe more. Who knows? Right? Like, this is pretty serious what's affecting him. And we don't know how long he's going to be until he's fully back. Now, he might be in training and doing the nine on painkillers. We know players do this, but we have no idea when we're getting a fully healthy Kylian Mbappe again. And one of the issues with that I have with it in particular is if you're out here chasing personal records at the cost of the team's success, I don't care what your name is. That's not acceptable at the club that we root for, right? I root for the front of the badge, not the name on the back of the kit. I don't care what your name is, Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe, Cristiano Ronaldo.
hmm
Everyone has gotten booed for a reason because there were expectations here. And while Mbappe has scored the most amount of goals, he is carrying our front line. He is our best forward, arguably our best player.
yeah.
We have an issue as a collective with this guy not bought into the collective first, and that's clear by this injury. I mean, how much more obvious can it get than he's been injured for a month, played against a third division team in the Copa del Rey? Why did he play? Can someone tell me that?
Because the manager was job was on the line.
Sam, we have more than enough to beat a third division team without
Oh, I
killing.
know. No, no, no. Listen, I agree. But
And
his job was
and
on the
and
line.
I
He
I agree with that statement. that the manager's job was on the line. But again, I'm looking at Kylian Mbappe and I'm saying you as an individual have been injured for a month and
Yeah.
you decided to go out there and continue to play. And I understand games against La Liga opponents, but that game in the Copa del Rey, he did not need to be out there. And even if he had to play, you could have brought him in as a sub in the second half, right? While the coach is at fault, there is an individual here, right? And Kylian Mbappe, who is also getting paid 71 million euros a year, right? That's a fifth of our salary, potentially, right? In a sense. Someone look that up after this and correct me because I'm probably wrong there. However, the point being is this guy wanted to tie that record so bad that he put aside the niggling injury that he had, and now that it's 2026, after a week off, the first training session that he comes back, he goes down with an injury. Like, we have to be honest here, and I don't care how many goals you've scored this season, this is the guy that we expect to be the Cristiano Ronaldo replacement, right? The guy who changed the training methods at this club, the guy who brought in better nutrition, being at training early. You remember the old Galacticos before Ronaldo, what they were
And what did I
doing?
tell every single person? I told even you as well. To be fair, you agreed with me.
This level of
But this
complacency
guy,
is just not acceptable.
nah, bro,
It's
listen.
complacency, and I'm
What did I
sorry,
tell
but, like,
every single guy?
and
I told,
maybe I'm wrong with the complacency statement, but my biggest issue with him is that he's chasing individual accolades ab
over team performances, over
above the
above
team's
team.
success,
Yeah,
and that affects us every single minute he's on the field because his first thought is, "What's best for me?" Not what's best for my teammates, no matter what the move is. It could be a pass, it could be a dribble, it could be a shot, it could be
yeah.
defending, it could be moving in transition. He doesn't make good runs. Like, he doesn't
Nope.
do anything for the collective to open up space or create
And I'll
chances
tell you
for
something right
teammates.
now.
And I'm
I'll tell you
sorry, but
something
we have
right
to have
now.
the conversation. It's
And I'll
just
tell you
not
this right
happening.
now. Mate, I'll tell you this right now. Number one, when I told every single person this guy will never be Cristiano Ronaldo, well, now you know. Never. And number two, as much as people can say Ronaldo was a bit selfish at times, cool. But I'll tell you something right now. If you told him personal awards or team success, he will shove the personal awards and achievements aside and say, bring me the team trophies. Because that's what makes you up there.
Yep.
And now people are starting to realize that, you know what? That guy deserves more respect than people actually give him credit for. Yeah, people will look at the goals and say, yeah, but he was just a goal scorer. No, 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 no. That guy was so much more than just a goal scorer. And
He was a
now we
winner,
see.
and he
Yeah.
brought winning ways. He was a leader.
And my man
What
turned up
leadership
in the biggest competition in club football. This guy hasn't done it. Let's just keep that a G. And I'll say this to you right now. My brother, if we turn over Atleti and somehow beat this Barca team in the final, bro, that guy is going to be looked at in a complete different way. And I'll tell you this right now.
it's a
This
very
is not going
simple
to be
question.
good for him. It's not going to be good for him. But I'll have to ask you this now. Your thoughts now on this. Betis, Atleti, possibly Barca coming up afterwards. I'm asking now, what do you like? What would you do now? What would you do personally? You're up to you. What do you do now? With this, what team would you go? Would you go through? Because the next topic we're gonna go through is gonna be really interesting.
I know
Go on,
you
man.
think I know you think I'm an optimist, and I am one. I think the team's gonna look a lot better in the next couple games.
That's a wild statement. That's a wild statement.
There's only one thing missing. Things
Go
back,
ahead.
and we looked a lot better when we knew he wasn't gonna play, and other individuals took it upon their shoulders to carry the team. And I've been saying this for quite some time. I don't know if I've said this on your podcast yet. When you have superstars, there's always got to be a hierarchy amongst the superstars, right? Even amongst them.
Yeah.
There's a guy that's like the foundation of the team, and then there are the add-ons to him, especially in a collective sport like
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
Mbappe can't be the tier one. He can't be the number one in a sense for me. I think that guy needs to be Jude Bellingham. And the reason why, right? And I want to be clear, it isn't because Jude is scoring more goals than Mbappe. You can argue the highest impact
Mhm.
goal scoring. Arguably,
Mhm.
Mbappe does it more than anyone. He's
Mhm.
also amazing as a player. But what I'm
Mhm.
talking about is the leadership qualities that Jude brings to the team, in addition to having those superstar qualities as a player and having impact every game.
Yeah.
There is something missing amongst the collective of this team in terms of leadership, in terms of guys owning up to mistakes and taking responsibility, taking things on the chest and not crying about it. We know number seven's not going to do that because all he does is cry about everything. Let's just be very frank.
Yeah.
And number 10 seems to avoid criticism. And I get it because he
Oh,
scores.
Arda.
No, no, no. I'm saying Mbappe avoids the
Oh,
criticism.
oh, oh, oh,
Scores
okay, okay.
goals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he does score those goals, and I don't wanna just make this an Mbappe conversation again because we were just there. But what I'm saying is that Jude Bellingham sacrifices for his teammates every single game. He runs and puts in the miles that his forwards don't wanna do, right? He's the one sitting there protecting his teammates when they're getting tackled. Like, there's a leadership quality that Cristiano used to also have, right? Like, when Contral would get tackled, Cristiano was up there first one, and then Ramos and Pepe are going in to fight people, you get me? Um, but there needs to be your superstar's gotta kinda be able to roll up his sleeves a bit and, like, show some leadership qualities in addition to how you play, right? I'm not talking about how many touches you take, how many goals you make, what's your XG. I'm really talking about, and Sam, if you've played football and anybody that has played football knows that every team needs a kind of guy that's that leader from a kind of a spiritual standpoint, or from a bringing it every single game, doing the things the right way, training the right way every single day. And
Yeah.
you need one of your superstars to be that at Real Madrid as well for us to have that success. When we don't, we have the Galacticos of 2003, 2004 that couldn't figure it out under the Beckham era, right? Unfortunately, we didn't have that much collective success with those guys because they didn't have the right training methods. They didn't bring it the right way. Cristiano did.
Yeah.
And that's why we eventually had more and more players buy into those good training methods and doing it the right ways and being aggressive, and the Ramoses and Pepes and all that. Yes, we had that too. But at the superstar level of the team was Cristiano. And
Yeah.
him doing things a certain way drove a certain direction for this team over several years that led to the success that we had. And I think Jude is the guy that you have to invest in because he brings that intangibles, is what they call it, to the table, that unfortunately our other two superstars just don't. They really don't. They're bit part players, maybe so, but they're
You
not
mean
ready to be
Mbappe
like
and Vini,
guy.
correct?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but they're just not. And it's unfortunate because they're more talented, arguably both of them, than Jude. I'll say that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think there's a debate about how much talent you have. But there is an intangibles that's missing in this locker room. There's no leadership. And that's where I'm going. Where's the leadership game in, game out? Think about how many yellow cards we got last year as a team with these same players. How many did Jude get?
Yeah.
How many did Benny get? How many did the whole team get last year? Arguing with reps. And when you start to think about all of this, right? You think about the Ancelotti quote in April, in which he mentioned he got into it with his teammate or with his team at times because he was frustrated about trying to implement certain instructions and they weren't listening. He alludes to these things. And guess what? Has that really changed
No.
since since the Club World Cup where these guys bought into a summer tournament that at this point, it's like, what's the point of even analyzing that? That was kind of like a mythical 5 weeks, right? Like, we haven't seen that since. We saw a different variation of this team in the beginning of the season. Don't get me wrong.
W-
And we should try to buy back into those intangibles because
But
don't.
I'll tell you this now. You said yourself that it's now time for Vinny to step up and earn his contract. I'm
Yeah.
asking you now. If he don't step up now that Mbappe is not there, if he doesn't even do
Yeah.
that,
I
then
said it. I said it. It's Vinny's time to, okay, you want that contract? All right. Go win us a Super Cup, Vinny. Like, let's go. Like, let's do it. This is your time to step up.
and if he
Go
don't
win us
turn
the
up,
Super Cup right now. He's got 3, right? Mbappe's going to be out for the Super Cup. Okay, Vinny, go win the Super Cup. That's the first challenge right now. Like, let's talk, right? What can he do right now? Vinny can win the Super Cup by being impactful, just like he's done in the past. We've seen him score a first half hat trick against Barca in the Super Cup final.
yeah.
Go go win us a cup. I'm not asking for that. Go win us a cup. Be impactful. Get an assist when we need it. Score a crucial goal. You've done it. Mbappe's
Hmm.
not there. And here's the thing. I think Vinny's gonna feel very empowered that this guy's not there. And I'm gonna not try to go in that direction too far, but it's time for Vinny to step up. It's time for Rodrigo to step up. It's time for
Please,
you to step up and go win us a damn cup.
Vinny.
Like, why can't we win this cup? Let's be
You know
honest. Why
what?
can't
You know what? If people telling me he needs a striker with him, Vinny, Gonzalo Garcia, and Rodrigo, do that. Just do that, and then we'll see. That is my thing.
I'm still not completely sold on Gonzalo. Needs
Oh,
to
I
get some
am. I am.
chances. So he better start finishing some of those chances because I'm
So,
not.
yeah, yeah, but I can push back on this. He barely gets any service. He barely gets any service. He makes some did you see the Man City game? How many good runs he did? Not a
I
single time did he
agree.
receive.
I
Like
agree. But
that
I've
game.
also seen
Oh
him.
wow,
I've
wow, wow,
also
wow, wow.
seen him miss some very good
No,
chances
I get
that he
that,
got.
but to be fair, but in his
And
defense,
Sam, in your words, this is Real Madrid,
it
right? In
is.
the words
It
of
is.
Sam. So he's got to finish those chances that he gets. Because guess who wasn't missing those chances that he got last year?
Mbappe.
Endrick.
Oh, Endrick.
And
Oh,
guess
you're
where
gonna talk about.
and guess where
Oh yeah,
he's
but
at.
Endrick's a better finisher than him. Oh yeah, but Endrick's a better
And
finisher.
guess
Of course
where
he is.
he's at.
Oh yeah, it's a
On
Leon.
loan. On loan somewhere else right now.
And
So
but I completely disagree with that. I
Gonzalo
completely
better
disagree
start
with that.
finishing some chances, Sam, because if not, after the season, he's not going to be here either.
Do you think he'll go out on loan?
Why wouldn't he? He's not finishing chances. We sent
To be
Endrick
fair,
out on
if
loan,
you,
and he finished his chances.
yeah, I mean, look. If he, have you seen him play a game with Leon yet?
Not yet. It hasn't started, right?
No, he
They
hasn't.
take a
No,
winter break,
you're
don't
right.
they?
No, he's starting. No, because here's the thing. If that is the case, I wouldn't mind seeing Gonzalo Garcia out on loan for a season and then come back. So I think like Morata, you give him even though Morata is El Rata, but if you give him a year, I
Look,
think then Gonzalo will be
look.
ready.
I like the kid. You know that. I
I
believe
love
in
him. I
talent.
love that kid to bits.
I
I
think
love him to
he's a
bits.
quality striker. I know what
I
he did
think
in
there's
the
a
youth.
player in there, man.
I've told you many times what he's done in the youth leagues. I
Yeah,
totally
but
understand that.
Ignacio, he told us all, bro.
And
He's
and
unbelievable.
yes, but the same litmus test should be applicable to every player. There should be
No,
no
of course,
difference
of course, of
just
course,
because
of
you're
course.
from the academy. Madrid is even more ruthless, if you want to be honest, about the academy prospects. Like
No, of
they
course.
really have to show that they're and we can get into it because I know we might as well start talking about
We are gonna get into it, but I'm gonna tell you
but
this
yeah,
now.
we'll hesitate there. But on the Gonzalo front, just to kind of wrap it here, that kid needs to finish his chances, man. He's got some very high quality XG chances that he just hasn't finished. And like
But to be
if
fair, I will say this:
if
the
he doesn't score
service.
them, right? If he keeps at this pace, just like if Chabi keeps at this pace, guess what? They both won't be here next season. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, his thing. I would love to see Gonzalo get some more chances to start, and he gets much more service because I do think him getting more service. I think he will start scoring, bro. I think it's a matter of time before he starts scoring. There is a player in there, or you loan him out in the summer that comes up, loan him out for a season because I think he'll ball out no matter where he goes. Then bring him back. Then you bring him back. That is
Well,
like you did with
well,
Paz and with
here's
Chema.
one thing that just like again when it comes to the sporting plan, I have one question. If you have a Gonzalo, why did we just renew Brahim Diaz? What sense does that make? And especially
Look, there's
looking at, are we
look.
going to talk about? Are we going to get into transfer rumors too at some point too? Like, can we
Oh
get
yeah,
into?
yeah, 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 bro.
Um,
Listen, look,
but
look,
my
look.
question is, why would you renew Brahim until 2030 if
Because
you're
this
actually
football
looking
club.
at these types of
I'll,
players
I'll tell
and
you why.
bringing
No,
them to
I'll tell
the
you. I'll
top?
tell you
I
exactly
just
because
don't
this football
understand
club.
it. I
No, I'll
don't.
tell you why. Because this football club is brain dead. They're brain dead. That's what they are. And bro, with all due
And
respect,
Raheem is a
there's a,
great player. He's leading AFCON in goals. But for
yeah,
me,
but
cash out on the
cash
opportunity
out.
while it's
That is literally.
hot.
And bro, with all due respect, there's a reason why on my Twitter it says Florentino dimisión. It says that now for a reason. And look, we're gonna get into that some other time, because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like I
We don't
said,
need to get too far in the rabbit hole there. Keep
yeah,
going.
and we don't have the most longest of time in this
Yeah,
podcast. The next podcast we can talk about that more, and I'll explain more why. But the transfer things are now one of the reasons why I have said Florentino dimisión. And
it
Savii, I'm
makes
gonna be real.
it's very questionable because
And Savii,
again,
I'm gonna be real with you,
if
bro.
you're
Not not that I
Nico
want to drill
Paz,
on this.
Sam,
Not
if
that I
you're
want to
Nico
drill on
Paz,
this way too much now. All right. But I will say this. I know factually people that have loved Florentino that have said, yeah, you know what? The thing I never thought I was going to say, I think it's time that he steps down.
we'll
Every
get it. We'll get into that in another
Yeah,
day.
everything
Let's
has an ending. But
keep
we'll
it
get into
going.
that
We'll
the
get into
next
that
podcast.
in another
We'll
day.
have this in.
Yeah, we'll get
Um,
into it.
yeah. Now, I'm gonna show you this. There's two things that I'm gonna show you that we need to talk about. First, these three could return. Actually, him and him, I would love nothing more but them returning. Jacob Rabah, I would still like him to have one more season, um, as well. Now, I
Damn,
will say,
really quick.
yeah,
Out of the three, which position do we need the most out of the three?
Chema. I think Chema.
You think that's you think that's the number one need at Real Madrid right now? Is a DM?
The thing is, when I look at Chema, I think Chema is someone that wants the ball all the time,
No, no,
like this.
no. I'm not asking that. I'm asking what position does Real Madrid need this upcoming summer?
Well, it's
What are we
either
losing?
that.
What are
Look,
we losing?
it's either that or you need someone like Nico. Oh, but I know what you're gonna say. You want Jakub Ramon because
Damn,
you
you're
want a
0 for
centre
2.
back.
No, it's not, and it's not about how good or bad each. Nico Paz is the best player on that list, and he's the one that's
Yeah,
coming back no matter what. They're all hopefully they all come back. What I'm
I
saying
would
to
like
you
Jakub Ramon to
is
have one more
we
season
are losing 2 center backs this summer. Why would you not bring back a center back at a cheap price?
because I'll tell you why.
So,
I'm
Sam,
not.
if you don't do this, right? Now you have to spend money on 2 center backs in the market or go get a free agent and pay them Trent wages at minimum.
To be
So,
fair,
how is that a better option than at least bringing back Jacobo and then going and getting a center
because
back in the
I will
market?
say this to you now. There are some people, and look, Jakub Ramon, no disrespect, but I don't think he's ready yet. And I know we need two centre backs, but I think he needs minimum one more season out on loan. Because
I
asking
don't think so. Because
and
here's also the problem. You don't know if Fabregas is going to be at Como next season, and you don't want another season of you don't want Jacobo spending a season not under Fabregas. As soon
but
as
do you
Fabregas is
really
stable,
want
you should get him out of there and bring him back to Real Madrid immediately.
but do you really
Also,
want Jacobo? But I'm asking you this: do you want Jacob? Like, do you think one season will be enough under
yes,
Jacobo and under Chema?
I think Jacobo should compete with Asensio right now. Right now. Like
But what about this?
right now. If
What
it were
about
up to
Juan
me,
Martinez?
if it were up to me, I would bring back Jacobo in the winter and make him compete with Asensio for center back option, and
Oh,
whoever
that's
is
fair. That's
better
fair.
goes out on loan. Because I don't think Asensio is better than Jacobo, and I don't think Asensio is better than Joe Martinez. And I'm telling you
I
right
would.
now, and everybody calls me crazy, but remember the club rated both of those two over Asensio, and they're far younger than Asensio. Remember, Asensio's also older than both of them.
How old is Asensio now? 23, 24?
He's turning 20. I think he's turning 24. He's 23, right? Is he not?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
João Martinez is 19 and Jacobo's what, 20?
I was getting into Joao Martinez, isn't he? I think he might be coming in the summer. I think there is a chance you will see.
Bring in both of them. Why
And
not?
I'm asking you then this because look, if Chema is ready after the season, my bro, get him in, because that guy, people saying he's the next Rodri. He wants the ball. He can easily play out from the back, easily, and all that, my bro. And he can read the game very well.
Who are you getting
Bro,
rid of?
what in the midfield?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna give Bellingham one more season. I'm gonna give him one more season because I think it'll be way too soon for that. One more season. Ceballos is gone for me, no matter what. Like, bye bye. The one I am mostly unsure about, Fede. Look, Fede, I'm gonna give him also one more season. But I will say this: Camavinga, if this injury thing keeps happening, Savii, I'm sorry, bro, but then you can't defend it anymore. You can't. I hate to say this, Savii,
If
but
you're bringing in 2 midfielders, you need to get rid of. I mean, you can't have this many midfielders, and you have Raheem.
let me tell you this, because Pavan told me something very interesting. Big up Pavan every time. He told me Vitinha has a release clause in his deal. So
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
And,
yeah, and he also, so just for additional context,
go on.
Vitinha just did an interview with, I believe it was Ebola, who
Mm-hmm.
and the journalist who interviewed him was also the journalist who broke the release clause last summer, actually.
And when's the release clause for?
It's for this summer. I believe it's 100 million. So it's, and also this same journalist was the same journalist who broke the Cherki release clause at Lyon for being cheap when everyone said, "Oh, there's no
Savii. If this club is not all over that release clause,
well,
then
I agree. I fully agree. And remember, Sam, think about the profile, right? Let's talk about the profile.
You want a Tony Cruz replacement? There you go. There it is. Go snatch him up.
What have I been saying? That I wanted a seasoned, experienced midfielder who's ready to win now. No more projects. Has that not been what I've been saying against?
This guy.
My argument against
right now, bro. I'll tell you this right now. He can not only win cups at PSG, the domestic cups. He can win the league. He can definitely win the UCL. Let's be honest. PSG is still one of the favorites for the UCL. I think they can do back to back. And Savii, whether people want to hear it or not, he could win the World Cup. Portugal could win the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the
their team is unbelievably good, and he is the engine of the team.
After that, I'd go after McAllister. I told you McAllister would be right after him for me,
bro. Sorry, if it's a release clause, look, Paris Saint-Germain have no say in a release clause. You don't have a say. If it's a release clause, they pay the money.
Well, there's no release clauses in France officially, so you got to be like, France doesn't have buyout fees the way we have in Spain.
So how does that work in France?
It's you got to look into it, because I also don't want to misspeak on it. So maybe we'll get more into it in the next pod.
But can Real Madrid still activate? Like, it's not impossible for them to do it or anything like that.
I want to look more into it. All I know is it's not as straightforward as in Spain and in England, where like the Neymar transfer, right? Like he walked into La Liga's offices with a check and said, "Here you go," and got bought out, right?
Oh, is that for every team that tries to buy?
And not every player has a buyout clause in France either. Like that's another thing.
No, so I'm saying it's not just a Spanish thing. Like every team in the Prem, Serie A, anyone that tries to buy Vitinha will have the same thing too.
Yeah, but for Vitinha, think about it. To leave PSG, there's probably only one club he would go, maybe 2 clubs he would go to, right? That's like Real Madrid and Man City. Where else?
And with all due respect, Real Madrid needs Vitinha more than City right now.
Yeah, I mean, but
and with all due respect, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Real Madrid's pool is bigger than Man City's will ever be. Like I said,
I agree with that.
Because by the way,
City's building a squad. Keep that in mind. They got a squad over there.
but let's be real now. But let's not be real with it, mate. Mate, let's just be real with it. Jude Bellingham rejected them even when they won a treble. And we had an awful season. So with all due respect.
Sam, for me, I think if you're looking at playing 4-3-3 moving forward, Vitinha next to Camavinga with Jude in the midfield, man.
Actually, I would say this.
Man,
how about this?
We
how
are.
about this?
Like,
how about this?
That's
no, do you know what? How about this?
Yeah, we could win. We could win with that.
How about this? How about this? How about this? How about Vitinha, Tchouaméni, Jude, and
I don't like that as much.
How about this? Vitinha, Jude, and Nico.
Yeah, but I still need I still need Camavinga or Tchouaméni out there. To be honest, like it's got to be Tchouaméni or like Camavinga. One of the two, I'm all right with. But I think like big game, bright lights. Who am I picking? Camavinga is so good. He's injured all the time. Yes, I'm with you. But Sam, he's also only 22, and we have 4 more years of control over his contract.
But Savii, if Vitinha comes in,
even if Camavinga's your 5th midfielder, that's a great problem to have. You get me?
But Savii, you do realize something.
If you're bringing 4 better midfielders than Camavinga, Sam, we're cooking. That's like a fantastic.
I will say this to you, my brother. If
I want to get rid of Camavinga, even if we bring in Vitinha and Kema, I'm keeping Camavinga.
Okay, I'm being real with you though. Yeah, but broski, listen. I'm being real with you now.
Good.
I am gonna be real with you now. Listen. I love Camavinga as a player. Yeah, he's the last player. He's one of the last players I want to get rid of. But I'm asking you this:
if he's midfielder number 5, because remember, you don't have 3 midfielders, right? We need 5, 6 midfielders.
Mm-hmm.
If Camavinga's number 5, I got no issues because I know we brought in a Vitinha, we brought in Kema. Okay, we have depth.
I know. But I'm asking you this.
I can't be as frustrated right now.
Obviously, I get that. But I'm asking you this. Now. Look, if there's a release clause there, then Real Madrid can get the player.
Yeah,
they can get
no matter what. Camavinga shouldn't matter at all in the Vitinha conversation.
No. Listen. No, because I'm trying to make a point. Look, if there is a release clause, which there is now apparently, look, Real Madrid can get Vitinha. All right, then they can get Vitinha. I don't give a damn. Yes, it like
there's one major problem.
Go on.
His agent's Jorge Mendes. We have not a single Jorge Mendes.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah. So again, like,
this is where you need Vitinha. But here's the thing: Vitinha needs to then, in a way, say, "Yo, Jorge, I don't care what relationship you have with Real Madrid. I want to go there, bro. I don't care."
Let's do this, Sam. Let's wait until March to have the Vitinha conversation. It's just smoke right now. We don't know how this will develop, and there's no release clauses in France. This is all a journalist that's obviously been right before. He was right on Turkey. He reported the release clause over the summer. Vitinha didn't deny it, and then guess what? Vitinha did an interview with the guy this week. So we'll see how that goes. He's the ideal candidate. He's what we would want at Real Madrid right now.
If I ask you this before we move on,
March to but
if I ask you this before we move on,
right now it's not that serious. So.
But if I ask you this, if there is a release clause and that gets found out, what then?
Well, we got to see how that develops because again, what if Man City come in or like I don't know, man. Like let's wait.
No, Real Madrid haven't got any excuses then. Real Madrid don't have any excuses, bro. They have to go in then.
Perfect at Real Madrid. Let's get it right.
Yeah, bro. With all due respect, Vitinha wouldn't say no to Real Madrid.
Perfect midfielder.
Yeah, Vitinha but
besides his fellow midfielder, by the way, he'd be perfect for us. Like Joe Neves.
Bro, here's the thing. He wouldn't say no, but he wouldn't say no to Real Madrid. That's the funny thing. He wouldn't say no.
Double whammy, and then we're cooking. But right now, yeah, it's
he would. But that's the thing, bro. Because I think we would get it, bro. I think bro, we have a history of signing Portuguese players, bro. Like I don't think he would say no to Real Madrid. I really don't think he would say no.
There's one just major. Well, there's actually 2 major obstacles. First is agent that we don't deal with, and B, the club he plays for will not sell us a single player. So, what do you want me to say? They don't sell Real Madrid players, and they don't sell their best players because they don't have to.
Here's the thing. The only thing that would I mean, number one, here's the thing. If there was another person at Real Madrid, the situation would be a bit different. It would, because let's be honest, Nasser Al Khalifi doesn't like Florentina. Florentina doesn't like him. I think
I
another.
mean,
Nah, I mean there would.
that's why, Sam. Let's just pump the brakes on the Vitinha chat, and maybe
How
talk
old is
about other
Vitinha?
targets.
How old is he?
25, 26, like perfect age.
Oh yeah, that's perfect age. Yeah, because here's the thing. If that's the case, the only way that move would happen is if Vitinha really pushed for Madrid and says, "Bro, I don't care. I want to go. I don't give a damn. You're not selling me to any other place." It's probably the only way. But
And
we're gonna have to
Mbappe
wait.
tried it. That didn't
All
work.
right, listen. He got his move in the end. It did take a bit more.
As a what? I mean, Vitina's contract. He's not a free agent this summer, so
Wait, what?
he's not a free agent this summer.
But how long is his contract? No. I know he's
I
not this
gotta
summer. But how long?
I would have to look it up, but it's
Because I don't think it's. I'm not sure how long his deal is. That's the funny thing.
2029.
Oh shit. Yeah. All right. All right. We might have to cool ourselves now to a bit.
Yeah. That's why I said pump the brakes.
Yeah. Now I'm pumping my brakes definitely. But I'll tell you this.
I said, look,
I'll tell you this.
it's
We might.
It's an ice cream, but
I will have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe listen. If we can find someone like that in our academy coming up, bro. Listen, the better. But we'll see. Look,
Thiago Vitach.
you think Thiago can be that guy?
Profile.
You think Thiago can be that guy?
I mean, we'll see. You said if we can find somebody in our academy, I mean, that's the profile. We'll see how it goes.
Listen, send
But also
Thiago
remember,
out.
Vitinha at 25, 26 isn't the Vitinha that he was at 18, 19. So
Oh no. Oh no, Vitinha in 1919 was awful, but he developed. Listen, put Thiago out on loan. If we see similar stuff, bro, then bring him the fuck back. And bro, give him a full 5-year deal. I don't give a damn. Another thing. Apparently, they're willing to sell some important players in the squad if good offers comes in. The club is very disappointed in some of the players. Wow.
I like the Pepe Alvarez tweet right under that too.
So I'm asking you, which big players for you are now? Do you think which players do you think are on ropes, and which players do you think should be on ropes, in your opinion?
I mean, Carpio Marca, or Carpio Mercho was that?
Nah, it wasn't even Marcha. It wasn't.
I'm not gonna lose my sleep over reports from them, but this season is for evaluation. We still have half a season to go. There's a lot of narratives that can be changed from right now. Am I right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if, again, a name you say today could potentially be a starter for the rest of the season due to injuries and win us a trophy, and no one's talking about them going.
Yeah.
Like we just don't know yet. We don't know until we start getting eliminated from trophies. And when we do, Sam, that's when you go full force. Who's out? Who's in? But the problem is that we're still in we're in every competition right now. So
Okay, how about this? The Super Cup.
Okay, the only obvious ones are the Alabas, potentially Rudiger, and then
What about Rodrigo?
and then the Vinny renewal. What if Rodrigo scores 20 GA the rest, or 20 goals in the league as a starter the rest of the season?
Are you getting Are you seriously falling into this trap now as well?
I'm not falling into the trap. I'm saying players can change narratives. Narratives change. This is Real Madrid. This is what happens.
Look, I'm gonna be real.
Sam, you don't fall into the narrative of Rodrigo was on the streak and then he's out. Xavi loves him. Florentino loves him. We've heard nothing outside of that besides he was on the market for 100 million, and clearly no one was going to pay him for that. That means Real Madrid valued him at
No,
100.
no, no. It wasn't even that. No one wanted to pay him his salaries.
Well, that's in addition to it.
Oh yeah. So
But again, if Rodrigo has a great season and Vinny doesn't renew, why would you get rid of Rodrigo then? If Vinny's going to be out the window,
here's the thing.
like why wouldn't you just move Rodrigo to the left then, and then bring in another striker and get rid of Vinny?
Bro, every time we move into the left, he clearly does better on the right than the left.
I mean, clearly Rodrigo's a more versatile player than Vinny.
Oh yeah, but we've known that for time though.
And so then, if Vinny doesn't renew, why are you getting rid of Rodrigo? And if Rodrigo has a good season and Vinny doesn't renew, then what do you do, Sam?
How about this? How about this? The Spanish Super Cup coming up. Bro, if we get slapped up by Atleti or Barca,
Our boys are about to cook. I'm telling you, our boys about to cook. You remember Brahim Diaz outrunning Oblak? You remember what happened in the Spanish Super Cup?
oh yeah, I did because I was celebrating before the ball even went in because I knew he was going to score that.
Goal, Sam?
Yeah, but what's the
Or it was
common?
a
Yeah, but what's the common denominator between that and this? That was a team. That was a team
right
that played with each other.
We're gonna see
They
a team
run.
play
They
with
were
each other.
running for each other.
Yeah, but we're gonna see a team playing with each other coming up in the Super Cup. That's a guarantee.
Listen, you better be right, bro, because you're gonna.
Hey, I don't know if we're gonna win.
This sword.
I don't know if we're gonna win or not, but it's not gonna look as bad as whatever the heck we just watched in December because that was rough. That was rough to watch. Like there was no hope watching some of those.
If I ask you this, if we do that and we win that and then we end up doing something, then we can then there's gonna be one guy in particular, Mbappé, that will be the main discussion.
Well, he might ruin things for the rest of the season after that, but we do know.
No. But I'm saying
he's not going to be here for the Super Cup. Pretty much, he's out. So the boys got one job: go win us the trophy in this month, and then we'll talk about what happens when this guy comes back.
And but that's what I'm saying.
Because if they win it, then it's an uncomfortable conversation, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right, then. So that's
I'm
so.
asking you this.
I'm with you on that, but we just.
I'm asking you this though: if we go trophyless, then
even more tougher conversations are going to be had about everyone else. It's that simple. Like
they've got no way to hide anymore, bro. They have no way to hide it.
Either way, we're having tough conversations.
Oh yeah, because these guys have got. Look, I don't think people realize.
If we lose to Betis and then we lose to Atleti, guess what? We're having tough conversations about the guy managing them, right? So let's be honest.
We already have that about Alonso already. Let's be real with it.
Yeah, no, but I think we're having other conversations about Alonso if that scenario happens. I think we're talking about Alonso gone if he loses to Bilbao or to Betis and then to Atletico de Madrid.
He's gone then, bro. He ain't surviving the season.
That's what I'm saying. Now, if he beats Betis, and let's say the team competes against Atleti, we lose in penalties, I don't think they fire him for that, personally.
If we get the penalties,
because you're still competing in the league. Now, again, if you lose to Betis in the league, and then you go in, and then you get killed, and then we lose to Atleti, like, yeah, I mean, like,
if we lose to Atleti like we did it at the ground again, then, bro.
But they're not home. Hold on. They're also not playing at home, so it's different. It's a whole.
Yeah, but neither are we.
Yeah, but it's a different Atleti when they're home.
True, you know that. True. But these players still. If these players, that's true.
It's different. You know, they got.
If these players don't. Yeah, I get that. But if these players don't want to, if these players want to still performing like cowards the way that they did, then it's not gonna matter.
Well, hopefully Xavi doesn't start Arda against them.
You really don't want to see Arda against the big sides.
Not against Atleti.
What would you do with Arda in the summer? Would you, when Nico comes back, would you loan him, sell him, or would you keep him?
Let's see how he performs the rest of the season and how much he continues to grow. Because guess what?
Fair enough.
Guess what? His vision and passing was for one guy that's not going to be there for a while. So now what? Time to step up.
Yeah. All right, bro. Before we go, bet is coming up. Prediction.
I think we win. Isco's not playing, so I think we win.
Nah, he ain't.
Yeah, Isco's out. So.
Now, what do you say? Team that we're gonna play as a team. So I'm asking. So,
team, T for team. You know. That's what's gonna happen right now. Vibes,
Yeah.
friendship, everyone's gonna pass each other. They're still gonna miss, don't get me wrong. They're still gonna miss 100 chances. But it's gonna look like a team that's missing chance. It's not gonna look like, "Oh, okay, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn," and whenever we feel like it, so you never know what you're gonna get. I still don't know if the chances go in the back of the net. I hope Jude steps up in this time, honestly, that's the guy we really need to kinda, like, hey, if he can overperform his XG for a couple weeks, put in a quick little hot streak, until Mbappé comes back, that'd be nice. Um, Rodrigo, if he can maintain what he's been doing lately, which has been a lot better effort maintained, like, I think you can't really complain about Rodrigo's overall game in the past couple weeks. I think his overall game has been
No,
a
but I
lot
can't do
better.
that for the last like 32 games.
Well, that's what I'm saying is ever since Xavi made him a starter again, I think he's put in the right effort and energy and showed that he wants to fight for a place. Now, we haven't seen it translate to goals and assists yet,
I'm just gonna say this
but
in
that's a
terms of
lot
that.
better than whatever the hell. Because remember,
Okay,
he
how
was
about
getting
this?
subbed in and doing nothing.
How about
Remember,
start by winning me this Super Cup? All right, then keep doing that in the Copa del Rey and the league, and do well in the UCL. Then we can have a conversation that you might have redeemed yourself.
you ready to face Mourinho?
What?
You ready to face Mourinho? Isn't that coming up in January?
Oh hell no, I'm not ready,
When do
bro.
we
I ain't ready for nothing in the UCL.
when do we play Benfica?
I think Benfica's our next game. That's our next opponent. Benfica's our next opponent. Yeah, it is. That's our next opponent.
Yeah, we play them on January 28th.
There you go. There you go.
You ready for that?
Nope, I don't trust this team until they prove me wrong. By the way, when did you say it was? January the.
I think it's the 28th.
Oh, by the way, Mr. No team players are going to be back by then.
Who?
Mbappe.
You sure?
Oh yeah, he's going to be back then.
I don't know. We'll see.
Nah. I think. He'll be
Ligaments in
back.
the knee is no joke.
What?
Isn't it ligaments that's bothering him in the knee?
Yeah, but I think they said 2 to 3 weeks, right?
I mean, we'll see. It's ligaments in the knee. You don't know.
No. That's why I heard it was 2 to 3 weeks. But again, like I said, bro, in the UCL, bro, I don't have much hope there, bro. I really
It's
don't have
been
much hope.
bothering him for a month.
Oh, so why did
I don't know how that's not going to be.
Yeah, and do you know what? With all due respect, that is something I really like. Start to wonder with modern football managers how they can sit there and play players when they're injured. I just don't. I just don't understand that because, like I said, I've seen plenty of managers do this now recently, and I genuinely don't get why. Because you just ruin these players' careers. It's as simple as that. But yeah, all right, all right. Look, boys, we're gonna wrap up. Savii, happy New Year as always. But let's stop for coming on, bro. Next week we'll be back, you and I, and possibly Dammy. And I think Dammy should be able to make it. I think it was just a one-time thing. And then we will know what happened, and then we will see if we will have any signs of a team that plays together, or if it's the same old shit.
We'll see.
Yeah. To be fair, one PS quick thing before we leave. One of my boss amigos that normally watches me said that he's baffed that Mbappe's injured because now he feels Madrid will play as a unit. So he kind of fears what you've been saying. So we're gonna have to wait and see.
Hey, I haven't been wrong on many of my predictions this season. I want to be honest.
No, you haven't. So
I've been wrong. I've been wrong about a whole bunch of other stuff. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, but please be right about this, because please be right about this because if you're right about this, mate, the quicker we can all be happy, and the quicker I can come on here and start bantering these Barcelona dogs and these
And
Atleti
I'll
Puta dogs.
still stick to this prediction that Militao and Camavinga's form is the biggest wild card in our season.
Camavinga, I hear with Militao, no, with these injuries, bro. I think
If he's back and in form, and Camavinga's in form,
no, Camavinga, I haven't got
this
much
team
doubt
could
in.
compete for every single title that's out there.
Camavinga, I ain't got much doubt for. It's a Militao that I just don't
But
trust anymore.
the other player that I didn't count on being injured this season, who is just as important in my opinion, is the guy at right back, and that's Trent. He changes this team. But anyways, I gotta go.
We're going to look it up. We're all gonna go. Savii, bless up every time. We'll talk. People, be safe and take care. Adios. Ciao. Ala Madrid.